I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at the crypto NFT play-to-earn game Apeiron. So Apeiron is a God game with NFTs, the world's first game. Apeiron is part of a new wave of token-driven play and earn NFT games. Our tri-token system utilizes governance, play-to-earn, and alliance tokens in tandem to create the dynamic economy that mirrors the real world, while our NFTs in the form of planets, stars, and relics put the ownership in the rightful hands of the player. That sounds very interesting. In this video, we're going to do a full review of Apeiron, so grab a drink because this will probably be a long one. We're going through the white paper, basically explore every aspect of this game to see if it's an interesting investment opportunity, in my opinion. They have some teasers, they have some gameplay, so we'll look at that first before we take a deep dive into the white paper and basically explore everything that it has to offer. Alright, it's 2 minutes, quite long, but we're going to have a look. Ascend into Godhood, Apeiron. Alright, so you have a game with minion style creature, it appears, and these I assume there's like a voiceover, but I turned the volume off. Alright, and then you can push them into the water, little statistic. But from what I understand, what I've seen, it's basically you are the god in this game. It is basically how you control your minions deciding the future of your planet. Like here you go, this is your hand, your avatar. And you can basically be good to your little minions, or you can basically be the devil on your planet and torture them consistently. Obviously, their behavior right now, they're worshipping you, and you get like power, and with this power, you can expand the planet. Step by step along the way, it appears that you can either decide to make good use of your powers, or basically wreak havoc among your little citizens. So here is a tree, you give them rain, it grows a tree, and it grows fruit, and of course they're happy, right? But the environment will change the more you either torture or treat them. So you'll either create a paradise for them, or it will become a desert with skulls, as you can see in here. Put some lightning and flames to them. Basically, yeah, some like a torture event. And here you have like a building, and when you put lightning on it, it creates a chicken, and of course they're super happy with that chicken. So that's quite cool, and it can evolve, and then you have like a super avatar at the end, which controls, this appears to be a universe, so it connects with other planets. Alright, and then you have the mini games inside the game that basically, I'm gonna skip through this one. So it's like a battle stage. It's like a 5 versus 5, so this is then me, the god, obviously, and then 4 of your minions. Appears to be card focus, but real time. Alright, so that's quite unique. Obviously, as you guys know, I hate card games. But if it's like a dynamic component and you need to play the attacks, because you can see it's not turn-based, right? The cards are basically just additional crazy attacks. Looks quite cool, the way they can pull things off. And then obviously you would need to beat the enemies to get access to the next level, or loot, or whatever rewards that might yield you. It says a stage 30 here, so definitely already a more advanced player, I would say. And then these cards basically are just special attacks, special powers, and once you draw off the card, it slows down a little bit. Supersonic, Dragon Ball Z attack, boom, yeah, and then you win. Alright, amazing. Little cinematic, how powerful you are, victory, godlike, and then you get your reward. Okay, awesome. I have an understanding, at least a basic understanding of this game. I'm more curious, how does the play and earn work? How does this system evolve? Is this even interesting to play? A white paper will tell us everything we need to know. 34 pages worth of juicy information. Of course, I'm not going to read everything to you, but I will pick what I believe to be the most important. We're quite early because this is version 0.0 0.3.1. So basically, not the final version, I assume. However, it does look quite well structured. Introduction, what is Apeiron, birth of the metaverse. So the birth of the metaverse we can skip because we know how that works. Key game features, the most important part I will put on the economy and tokenomics. I think for a play and earn game, specifically in this style, it is one of the most important things. Technology might be interesting, partners might be interesting, and legal less interesting. Alright, to play a god, to wield the weapon of creation and destruction in the palm of your hands. Power. To shape your own planet, guiding the rise and fall of civilizations. To weave the fabric of space and time and bear witness the entire life cycles of the stars. Ascend into the cosmos, welcome to the Apeiron Universe. The white paper will outline, okay, the blockchain God game. So they're very much focused on this God game, whatever structure that might be. That definitely is their main unique characteristic. It comes back over and over again. Blockchains are new technologies that we believe in the future of gaming, utilizing the flexible Unity development suite to weave together the simulation and action RPG genre. Apeiron integrates old into new with the power of tangible assets and player-driven economy. This document is not to be confused with the technical or economics white paper, but rather the one that will serve an introduction to Apeiron Metaverse. Okay, but I would want the economics white paper, so I don't know where I can find that, but I would want that preferably. But I will look for it later. Okay, so they have a God simulation hybrid. Sounds quite impressive. I don't really know what that means, but it appears that inspired by classic games such as Populous, I don't know, Black and White, I don't know, and Spore, well, Spore I do know. In Apeiron, the player becomes a godling in a mystical, and there's a lot of difficult words here, universe. Using the why use so many difficult words? Eden structures. Scattered around the galaxy, players will be able to channel their divine powers into producing incredible elements, miracles to grow and develop their planets. The planets are populated by cute little chubby creatures known as dudes who will worship your divine acts. I do appreciate it when people worship me. With enough dude followers, the player can make their divine will manifest as a fully controllable avatar, which they may use to engage in combat and explore the mysteries of the Apeiron universe. Notably, the planets, the heroic apostle dudes, natural and dude-made planetary wonders, among other epic items. All of these are non-fungible tokens, NFTs. They may be exchanged in public marketplaces. That's cool. So basically, you are the god of the planet, you build out the planet, and everything of normal, interesting rarity in the game is an NFT that can be exchanged. That's cool. So you got the planet simulation with the other planets, how that works. Each planet has an avatar, okay. Seed planet, that's where you start, and then you can gain control over multiple planets, and they may even breed new planets in a holy event known as Celestial Conjunction. Cool. World exploration, and once the players get enough dudes, they can summon their planetary avatar, and the game opens up in a role-playing action adventure experience. Accompanied by heroic apostle squads, the avatars are powerful constructs that grow alongside your planet. Each planet has a unique and customizable avatar with different strengths and weaknesses. The avatar can explore the world, solve puzzles, and fight fearsome monsters in dangerous dungeons to collect epic items. Alright, so it's like a layered game. I think that's the thing, right? So you start off with the planet, get to your avatar by basically gathering a following of these dudes, and then once you have the avatar, while the dudes are basically the mini game, you can zoom out to a bigger ecosystem with your avatar. And then you get galactic progression. As godlings, players are not limited in the planet orbiting their initial star. Through an intuitive galactic map overlay, they will be able to roam the Axis Mundi, the relative tranquil galaxy situated in the center of the universe. As they grow in power and confidence, player may consider moving beyond into other galaxies. Alright, fair enough. At the start of the game, we will introduce galaxies themed after famous mythological characters and stories from around the world. As the Apeiron Metaverse grows, we expect there will be opportunities to collaborate with other creators and companies to offer special galaxies based on notable brands and IPs. That's cool. Alright. So I'm going to skip the blockchain pioneer. So they use a try token. I just want to briefly know, okay, most NFT users hold 2 tokens and they hold 3 because it says try, right? All right, so why Apeiron aims to introduce a third form of currency to promote high-level gameplay, one that's only earned by players who committed to joining and playing in alliances. Okay, so they have a governance token, deflationary, inflationary, the daily gameplay, right? And there's like a third token, but that provides unique rewards, thereby staving off deflation, allowing for a dynamic economy at all levels of play. All right. So it's more like a guild kind of thing, I assume, when they refer to alliances or a large group of people that work together, I assume. Free to play, the player, oh well, let's do the metaverse first. NFT offers unique, okay, well, like never before, okay, makes sense. We'll monitor and work closely with other pioneers, okay, makes sense. Play and Earn brought forth first wave of NFT games, have since greatly evolved. Player-developer relation. We will support free to play, allowing a player certain number of players to jump in free of charge. Along the way, they will be earning tokens and resources. Yeah, that makes sense. That's like so important for the adoption, right? So if you want to strive for mass adoption, having people, especially with a game like this, which is, I mean, like quite fun, it appears, with the dudes and everything. Well, the video is not there, obviously. But I mean, this is like something that I assume a lot of young people also would like. Even if it's playable on mobile, that would be amazing. I don't know yet. But in this case, the adaptability is huge. So if you would have expensive NFTs to make an entry point towards this game, that would be a shame. So I think free to play as an entry step, you know, maybe 5,000, 10,000 people. Don't allow like 1 million people to play for free if it's not needed. But yeah, that makes sense. To fulfill the grand vision of Apeiron Metaverse, fundraising through asset sales will be unveiled phase by phase as you reach each development milestone. 2016, okay, that's like, they have been working on this for 6 years. World setting, synopsis, art direction, proof of concept, okay, try tokenomics, 6 years. Pre-seed round with family and friends. Interesting. Phase 2, Planet NFT, Presale and TGE. So basically fast forward to right now. Community expansion, campaign via community and playable NFT drop events, available game assets in phase 2, Origin, Apostle, Relics NFT giveaways, Planet NFT presale and Apeiron's token offering. Okay, seed round with top tier funds and gaming guilds. Okay, so the seed round is not public, it's only VCs and gaming guilds. That makes sense. And what else do we have? We got Alpha and Marketplace. On Q2, players can view and interact with their purchase asset in a limited simulation experience. Interaction types and simulation aspects will gradually increase. Okay, browser marketplace is live with Apeiron staking and planet breeding functionalities. Star NFT presale via Stella Tabula Chests. I don't know what that means. Sounds cool though. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so they're basically taking 3 months here to launch the marketplace and ease people into the gameplay. Closed beta and star presale. Okay, so I'm very curious to read about these NFTs because I don't really understand how that works just yet. Closed beta with QA partners and limited community participants. Spirit Core NFT presale. Okay, the game actually goes live, or as open beta. It's not the live version, open beta this year. The end of this year. Players can play the open beta version of Apeiron. The open beta will feature complete battle and arena mechanics with simplified simulation and dungeon mechanics. Anima and Apeiron's tokens will be available in either or both centralized and decentralized exchanges. Players and collectors can begin the creation of Relic NFTs tradable in the marketplace. Full planetary game cycle and avatar evolution will be unlocked in the first quarter of 2023, 1 year from now. Players will be able to rank up their avatars in the visual PvP Galactic Arena and Mythology Galaxy NFTs asset presale. Okay, so there's a lot of NFT sales. So basically every single quarter there's an NFT sale. Do take that into consideration. I don't know what the utility of these NFTs are yet, but that is important. Mythology, Galaxies, and Galactic Progression event will be released. Players shall partake in an epic narrative conflict between Cosmos and Chaos. Okay, that sounds like a very, very big, maybe kickoff event. Constellation Alliance gameplay unlocked. A new reward token, Ringularity, will be introduced. Okay, so this is the Tri token basically coming live then in the third quarter of 2023, so it's a year and a half from now. New mythology, galaxies, and collaboration content will be introduced steadily. Okay, metaverse integration, introduce metaverse IP and ownership revenue splitting protocol, NFT partnerships, and cross-platform play. Apeiron animation shorts. Okay, and then they have visualized this in a roadmap. Cool. Testaments, key game features. Okay, I think we have a good understanding of what the game is actually about. But I would want to pick the highlights for you, right? So, your Godling, Spirit Core in Eden, mysterious structure. Okay, that's like the pillar in the middle. You will need to own a planet in order to inhabit its Eden. Planet can be purchased from public markets or via Stella Tabula Chests. See Pillar 3 NFTs. Okay, this is Pillar 1, so it's still quite a long way from now. Your Spirit Core can inhabit the Edens and planets you own, giving you control over the planet's elements to shape. Okay. Players want to try the game first can subscribe in order to get a seed planet. It will be non-transferable and have no market value. Okay, so you get like a demo, right? You get like a fake kind of copy NFT, so you can play it and have a look. That's cool. We'll also support a scholarship system whereby players can rent out their planets. Okay, that's huge, right? So I think they should highlight this. Because from an investment point of view, you know, if I would mint these planets, which is cool, but the main problem is that most of these games, they don't have scholar systems, right? So which basically means I hold these NFTs for the potential future increase in value, the appreciation of these NFTs, which usually happens, right? So I can't complain. But if there would be a dual benefit where I get the appreciation and I can rent it out at the same time, that would definitely be a lot more ideal. So, interesting. Using the Eden platform miracles are tied to the environment by the 4 elements. This game has been crazy thought out, like how everything works together. It sounds kind of complex, but at the same time it isn't. It does make a lot of sense, but yeah, definitely heavy on the gameplay in this white paper. Okay, so through all these elements, players can shape the world and the dudes will respond accordingly. Send rain to help them grow their crops. Okay, this is what we saw in the video, right? Or should your followers displease you, fireball, we always put them in line. That's more of my attitude. As the players level up their Eden, more powerful miracles and planetary functions will unlock. Primary miracles may be combined to form new possibilities. For example, air and water create ice, opening up new potential interactions with the environment and your dude society. Different environmental objects can be formed. Okay, cool. God Game simulation. Well, the followers are of course central. Okay, if you have enough dudes, they will become followers, and the Eden structure will level up and give you more access to the game, explore more dungeons and everything. That's cool. As you cast miracles, your alignment will shift towards either good or evil. Dude followers will present the player with prayers, answer them with benevolence, and your alignment will move towards good, opening up special skills, quest, and angelic appearance for your world. Conversely, should you repeatedly punish the dudes for their impudence, yeah, you will shift to evil. Ooh. Also with its own unique unlocks and slowly transforming the world into a demonic hellscape. Should a player maximize their alignment, they may have the chance for their dudes to construct a special planetary wonder or for unique dudes heroes to appear. Okay, so this is the good side of things where you give them food, and this is where you punish what we already saw in the game. Okay, so the God game, basically you are in control over what your followers do, and your actions will have a direct impact on how the game develops, which is obviously quite interesting, definitely a unique type of gameplay. It's not like a fixed path that you're walking, you actually have an influence on what's going on around you. As time goes on, a planet will reach the end of its play cycle. Resources will be used up and the dude society will expand as far as it can go. At this point, the player may choose to initiate an Armageddon. Okay, that's intense. This will effectively reset the planet, but will grant a set amount of soul gems, which can be used to upgrade the player's spirit core, providing permanent passive and active bonuses. During a reset, players will be given the opportunity to convert some amount of their game objects into NFTs. See Pillar 3 NFT Relics. However, they will need to spend tokens to do so. Both the tokens and the NFTs encourage the player to engage with the Apeiron marketplace, as they can both be exchanged for cryptocurrency. Every time a player resets their planet, new continents will be randomly generated based on the planet's elemental distribution. As the player continues to level up their spirit core, they will find they need more and more soul gems, requiring more and larger resets. In other words, a need to expand to other planets. In order to get other planets, they will become active players in the Apeiron marketplace, thus reinforcing the play-to-earn gameplay loop. That makes sense. Bigger, better, stronger, faster, and everybody benefits. Okay, action RPG. The avatars. Yeah, well, the avatars will grow in power based on the dudes. You can attack enemies, combat maps. During battles, avatar will access powerful skills. Yeah, we've seen this, right? With like the cards and then basically trying to destroy them. Although the avatar does not have access to full power of Eden, it can perform minor environmental conjuring to help in combat and solve puzzles. Okay, so these are the different types that you have. Lava, mountain, volcano, that's what they look like. The avatar will grow in power and appearance as the planet changes. For instance, cover the world with volcanoes and lava and the avatar will go dark. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay, that's what I was wondering about. Maybe I skipped that a little too fast. Action RPG. Apostles. Okay, so what are apostles? Most dudes live carefree, but there are some inspired or saved by your divine power, here to call to adventure. These are the dude apostles. Apostles lead squads of dude disciples and support you in explorations and battles. They are unlocked by either increasing your Eden level, solving planetary puzzles, or by freeing them from dark dungeons. Apostles have different stats, classes, weapons, special body parts, and skills for a total of 0.3 billion unique, okay, so 300 million, right? Players will be able to engage in holy ritual mechanics. Okay, cool. Each apostle has an associated deck of skill cards. Okay, on your starting planet, you may uncover some rare or even epic dude apostles, but beyond, in the dark reach of the dungeon world scattered across the universe, there are the souls of powerful legendary apostles. Seek out the powerful Herco dude, like Hercules, or the cunning dude Kung, and make a party and challenge other divines. Okay. Apostles can be converted into NFTs using a combination of our tokens traded on the marketplace. Okay, so these are some designs of the different variations. There's a combat system. Yeah, we've seen that into play. You have the dungeons that you can walk through. That makes sense. Then there's a galactic arena where you can fight. So that's basically part of the gameplay, right? I think that's understandable for everybody. All right, we're about halfway into the white paper right now, and now we're going to discuss the NFTs, which is one part of obviously the investment opportunity. So this is where it gets interesting. ERC 721 Ethereum blockchain NFTs, planets, stars, and relics. The planets, well, we've already spoken about those. Several options to acquire. They may subscribe for access to a free planet, yes. They can purchase a Primeval Planet, the Gen 0 planets that have never been bred before, from our private planet sale, and they may purchase any planet on the marketplace, which are usually from the breeding, I assume. Okay, 84 of these will be available for sale to the public, 15% will be sold to strategic partners, and 1% will be served and distributed to players as rewards. Okay, players will have 100 elemental points distributed among 4 traditional elements: earth, wind, and fire. Earth, fire, water, and air. Okay, earth, wind, and fire is the band, right? The music. This distribution forms the basic attributes of a planet. Not only does it affect the planet's appearance, okay, cool. Should a player acquire more than one planet through the galactic NFT place, they will perform what's called celestial conjunction, breeding. A celestial conjunction takes, okay, breed feature, yep, makes sense. Fire planet, breed it, okay. New planets have a higher chance to inherit traits from either of the two planets, that makes sense. Planets age in real time. The older the planet is, the more relics and planetary wonders it can use and maintain. At the beginning of the game, players will have a young planet that grows slowly, but they expand through power multiple planets. They may wish to speed up the planet's aging in order to access more relics in a higher level. They may do so process known as chronomerging. Okay. In this process, the player chooses a planet to sacrifice based on the age of the sacrificed planet. The planet being infused will have the age sped up, allowing for faster developments. Okay, that's interesting. Man, this game has a lot of fucking features. You really need to fucking pay attention when reading this white paper. Otherwise, you're gonna get lost. So take another sip of that coffee. I'm sure you need it. Amazing. Like, it's not a negative thing. I mean, like, the game is so well thought out, and I hope that the tokenomics, I mean, the NFTs make sense, so that's a good thing. I hope the tokenomics also make sense. Renting planets. Players have an extra planet, can rent other players for a fixed period of time. In this case, the owner receives a fixed share of the resources that the tenant generates during the play. The tenant may not use the planet for celestial conjunction, but they may reset the planet as many times as they wish. Okay. Stars and similar NFT lands. Players may purchase stars via Stella Tabula Chests. I'm still not sure what these Stella Tabula Chests are. Ownership of a star provides passive bonuses to all planets orbiting it. Okay, so the planets is where you play, and all the planets orbit the stars. If you hold the star, you hold a layer towards the planets. Makes sense. Rare stars may come with celestial objects like dark nebula or black holes with their own explorable adventures. Like planets, stars are NFTs. They may be bought and exchanged. Stars will have their own passive trades, will provide either cosmetic or gameplay bonuses. Each star comes with at least one orbital track for a planet. Planet must be parked in the orbital track to receive the star's benefits. Orbital tracks may be rented out. Okay, damn, more economics. Very, very sick. Owners will receive bonuses from players' activities, so revenue share, I assume. Other players exploring celestial objects or planet development happening within their system. Okay, definitely cool. What do we have here? Relics. Throughout a player's planetary cycle, they will come across various items and objects, relics. Okay, these relics may be traded. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, the pre-sale. The first 4,586 planet NFTs generated will be the rarest planets in the Apeiron Metaverse. These limited edition, never again minted NFTs feature a classic, meta tags. Okay, this will happen around March, which is right now. Some star plots in Apeiron will be sold to early buyers. Specifically, a total of 11,498 stars will be made available for sale in the form of Stella Tabulas. Stella Tabulas are chests containing stars from across the many galaxies of the Apeiron Universe. Besides a guaranteed star, the chest may also contain up to 10 celestial items to customize your star. Stella Tabulas come at different rarity tiers, ranging from common to divine. Higher rarity Stella Tabulas come with better chances at scoring Asian stars and legendary items. Stella Tabulas will be initially sold through a lottery available to those who stake our Apeiron token. Very smart. Adding that utility spin, because obviously the planets are important to play, but the stars are basically a very powerful economic factor to cover the entire ecosystem. Marketplace and wrapped Ethereum. All NFTs will be sold in public marketplaces. Wrapped Ethereum is the native currency for these marketplaces. They help users minimize cost in whether ETH gas fees fluctuations. We used sidechain tag and wrapped Ethereum for stable marketplace operations. ETH supply increases by 2.3% per year, while Bitcoin increases by 4% and the US dollar increased by almost 10% in 2021. Inflation. Ethereum is currently transitioning from proof of work to proof of stake, and once the process is complete, projected supply growth will become negative around minus 1.9% per year. Okay, that's a good clarification. End game. Okay, how far do we have to go? So we have, the tokenomics, we're almost there, guys, we're almost there. Okay, you can do the Armageddon, the Celestial Conjunction, the Primal Planets. What does that mean? Through Celestial Conjunction, the player will either concentrate their elements, make Primal Planets, Primal Fire. Okay, so base element. That makes sense. Okay, the traits, we already read that, and we know what this is, and we know the Galactic Arena, the avatars and apostles face off, they battle. The balance, okay, Divine Trial, more advanced game components like world bosses, challenges, very I don't want to say end stage, but it's defined as end game. It's definitely once the game you have matured throughout the game, right? Okay, tokenomics, here we go. Okay, in-game operations rely on the try system, Apeiron, Anima, and Ringularity, which this is the last one to be introduced. We understand this. Creation of NFTs, well, okay, public NFT marketplaces such as Opensea. Key to our belief is putting the power back into the hands of the player. We do this in two ways. First, by giving players full ownership of what they produce through the NFT metaverse. And second, through our play-to-earn token Anima. By engaging with the God Game simulation and with the RPG exploration, players will be able to earn Anima, which they can either feed back into the game to further progress their gameplay or take to the marketplace in exchange for real cryptocurrency through NFTs and Anima. It is the players who will control their own destiny in the Apeiron game. Okay, let's have a look, because this, I don't really know what all these icons mean. There's no... Okay, so here we go. Anima for $1, Apeiron for $2, and Ringularity is the most expensive currency, I assume. So we have Apeiron going to, I can't really read it that well, maybe the light on my screen, to the developer in Treasury. Okay, so the players can stake Apeiron, okay, into the staking, and then we have an outflow to the players Apeiron again. Okay, that makes sense. Players can play Apeiron, and daily gameplay will yield them Anima. Arena and events will yield them Apeiron, and Alliance gameplay will yield them Ringularity. Okay, they can spend as well Ringularity to get galactic rewards. They can spend Apeiron to get relics. They can breed planets with Anima and Apeiron, okay? And the planet's aging sacrifices Anima. And it says minus NFT as well because you sacrifice your planet. You can gain a planet NFT, and I can't read what it says. And you can take that to the NFT marketplace to exchange it for straight dollars, which makes sense. And then NFT presale money, basically in WETH, goes to developers, okay? There will also go a portion of the sales, 5% commission, into a treasury, which is all Anima, Apeiron, and Ringularity. Yeah, makes sense. And then the NFTs go back to the players and also go to the marketplace. And players can take that to the crypto exchange, buy and sell. Okay, easy to understand. The only thing I can't read what it says here, but I don't think it's super important. Maybe they get the Galactic Reward NFT. I don't know what it says in red, but it says NFT. Right, try token, governance token, play to earn token, and this is basically the large scale event token, which makes it try for 3, Apeiron, Anima, Ringularity. Easy to understand, well explained. No questions there. Player incentives. Our Try token and NFT operate in tandem to mirror a functioning economy where different players in different parts of the game will have varying incentives to interact with our systems. Below we have a chart where we have some of our dudes role playing to the best of their limited abilities a few of the player types Apeiron might maintain. Of course they can only represent so much, but we'll at least give an idea. New players can choose to become collectors, maximizing rarity NFTs. Spend normal, earns a lot. Okay. Regulars spend, so they spend cash and they earn cash. They spend tokens and they earn tokens. They play the creation. Okay. Then you get pro players who earn mostly in tokens and they spend all kinds. Then you get the gaming guilds who spend all kinds and take a lot. They maximize utility and mass production. Gameplay focus, cycle enhancement, maximize play, relic creation, maximize power, top tier competition. Okay. Then you got yield farmers, the yield, so there's only Apeiron, token speculation. And then the earners, market focus, income exploration, they spend cash and they gain cash. And then tycoons, they maximize profit, planet creation, they spend Apeiron and Anima and they gain money. Okay, makes sense. On top of the star owners will be the star owners, the mass planet breeders, and the market aficionados. I don't know what that means. these will be the players who will heavily invest in the game. Yeah, makes sense. They're basically the force where it all starts. Ooh, tokenomics vesting. Apeiron token issuance. The total amount of Apeiron in the Apeiron metaverse shall not exceed 1 billion tokens. We will carefully regulate the amount of Apeiron available at any given time. 14% goes into the investment round, which I assume is the seed round. The investment with 2-month TGE cliff and linear vested over 25 months. So that is a 2-month cliff and then about just over 2 years vested. So you're just looking under 2.5 years to complete seed of 14%. Community round, which is 8%, which I assume is a public sale. Presale whitelist. Okay, so it's probably a private sale in this case. With 10 months linear vesting and initial token generation event. Okay, so 10 months, that would bring it to about 10% linear monthly. Okay, 8%. Play to earn 14%. Okay, unlocked over 60 months. Community and marketing, community build. Okay, 8%. Advisors 5%, locked for 10 months, then linear vested over 25 months. Okay, so these guys are looking at 35 months, which is almost 3 years. Development team 20%, which is like still a normal ratio. Maintenance of game development. Unlocked release of simulation expansion. Unlocked release of simulation expansion. I don't know what that means. Unlocked release of simulation expansion. Then linear vested over 80 months. Holy fuck, that's 6 years? Longer than 6 years, right? 72 months, yeah. So 6.6 years. So they must really truly believe in the game. So 6 years. Is that correct? Do they actually mean 18 months? I will check the website. Let's check the website real quick, because that would be crazy, 80 months. 80 months. Okay. So basically 60 months here. Advisors have a long vesting as well, but the team must believe in their capabilities, because they've been working on it for 6 years, and now they're going to vest the token for 6 years. Well, this would basically be, I think, for most people, in my opinion, the number one thing, right? So if they are confident that they will not get paid, or they will get paid through a spread across 6 years, I mean, I think that's the longest one I've seen on a team vesting. They must truly believe in what they're going to do. Very, very bullish sign, in my opinion. Yield and liquidity, staking reward, liquidity pools 31%, okay? Apeiron pre-sale. A portion of the Apeiron supply will be sold in private and public investors to raise funds and liquidity for Apeiron. Private investors can contact us directly, while public investors can participate in our upcoming TGE. Upon going live, the Treasury will receive a portion of the market fees in WETH and Celestial Conjunction income Apeiron. This contributes to win-to-earn ecosystem in multiple ways, including but not limited to esport event sponsorships. Okay, so they know what they're going to spend it on. Okay, build on Unity. Yeah, I'm not a technical guy. That also doesn't really interest me that much. I know it's the blockchain, and whatever they use on Ethereum, that's fine. Mixed on centralized servers, not services, servers. And then the governance through a DAO, which makes sense. Okay, they sketch basically the chain and off-chain events, on-chain, off-chain, how that works, okay, with the smart contracts. That's quite transparent. Okay, so the Apostle team and partners. The entertainment is a digital entertainment platform focusing on mobile game development. IP licensing, founded in Hong Kong, 2016. Okay. Acid Rain, they build. Okay. Non-fungible tokens will grow. They want to strive into that. Okay, and some legal disclaimers. All right, I mean, impressive white paper. We can definitely say that the team truly believes in their game. And I can honestly say that the game is heavily focused on the actual game, the gameplay, more so the play than the earn, right? The tokenomics are clear and strong, but brief, right? In regards to the NFTs, I always like to know, and that's the only thing I don't think was discussed properly in this white paper, how much are they going to make on these NFTs, right? Because obviously they're raising money seed and private and public. And how much are they going to make off these NFTs, and what is the money spent on, right? Which wasn't really clear what the mint prices are, when that specifically is going to happen is in the roadmap, so that is clear. But that's the part that I'm missing. I mean, like, I don't think anybody has questions about this game. It's so thorough. Yeah, definitely a 7 out of 10 style white paper in this case, I would say. Banner, this is the Mediakit, which they have the videos, the banners, the in-game content, logos, okay? Then they have a collection on Opensea, which I found, which is the Origin Series collection, exclusive list made up for the first ever Dude Apostles, obtained through a series of limited events at the beginning of 2022. Join now to be part of our OG crew. They're quite affordable, I would say. You can see some are more expensive. So the Origin Warrior is the most expensive one. I don't know why, but they're on the Polygon blockchain, ERC1155. The last one was sold for about 0.366, and we're talking quickly about 1,500. But there are also cheaper ones. So the cheapest one, 0.07, I think that's it, which is about 291. And that's basically an Origin Priest Apostle mint ticket. What the actual utility is, I don't know, right? Here, the Origin Priest mint ticket is for use in the game of Apeiron. It can be minted into a special Relic NFT on the Apeiron marketplace, allowing the Priest Apostle to join your avatar in battle. Apeiron is set to be released, okay? This NFT is only visible in the hidden tab of your profile. They'll be visible on your main collection at a later date. All right, fair enough. And this has the same utility. Yeah, basically the same. All right, so that's the only collection that they link. They have a blog where they have some information on the Medium, of course, interview, Guildfy. Okay, so the partners are quite interesting. Let me have a look, because I did see something about partners. The Try Token, the Action RPG, we have seen that. All right, here we go. Strategic partners. We got Zombie, Guildfy. Yeah, there we go. And then Leo Ventures is here. All right. Good overview so far. We have the team with their names. No pictures though, which is a shame. But they have some information. No LinkedIn's, which is a shame. Also, the team is not in the white paper, which is interesting. Okay, let me remove this. So they do have quite some posts. So they're keeping quite up to date with everything. Codex 2. So this is basically information about the pre-sale, I think. How that would work in regards to their NFTs. Planet pre-sale. Okay, legacies, blah, blah. I want to see prices, preferably. Okay, FAQ. All right, here we go. When will the Planet pre-sale take place? 14th of April, so in about 2 weeks. VIP, 10 a.m., whitelist 12. Okay. Okay, mint.apeiron. The website will go live 1 to 2 days before. Click connect. Choose the account. Press connect. Okay, what is a core? Okay, how much will it cost? Primal Core 6.6 ETH, okay, so really expensive. Divine Core 2 ETH, Arcane Core 0.6, Mythic Core 0.3, Elemental Core 0.1. All right, so in this case 6.6, we're talking about $20,000 for the most expensive one, and the cheapest one would be about $350 at the moment. What are the benefits? Obviously you want to know the benefits. By purchasing any of the cores, access to the exclusive channel, eligible for airdrops, access to an event, which I would like to know, access to Celestial Conjunction, access to Apeiron beta test. Okay, who can participate? Those who manage to claim a VIP whitelist. Okay, those who claim a spot of the whitelist. Okay, how many cores can the person buy? Up to 2 cores in the whitelist, and in the public 1 core. VIP whitelist can purchase up to 2 cores. while those in the whitelist or in the public can purchase 1 core. Okay, that's strange. Normally that's the other way around. The earlier you are, the less you can buy. Anyway, there are 50 cores reserved for future event of the team. Okay. So the quantity are 14, 3, okay. So here you can basically make the calculations on how much they would earn with this race, which is, I would say, probably a significant amount. So we're talking, here we're talking about 700 ETH, right? Here we're talking about 300,000 ETH. Yeah, so we're talking millions on this race, right? So that is to be considered, I would say. Always interesting to know. But yeah, definitely you see the IDs, the purity, and obviously the more you pay, the rarity you have, the godly, okay, then it goes down. Okay, Polygon, Medic for gas, ETH for the mint, okay, and then they give you a good explanation. So this is basically 600 available in the pre-sale. This is basically what you're working towards. Okay, there will be a reveal on April 21st. All right, that's also good to know. There has been an audit done, airdrop. So they have like a well-prepared FAQs. If you want to know more about this, go to blog.apeironnft.com and you can read everything about the actual first big upcoming mint. And they have hella articles. So if you want to know more in terms of the details, the seed round that's done, and everything, you can definitely read it. I always like to read about the money. World's first play and earn God Game Apeiron raises 3 million in pre-seed funding with a fully diluted value of 50 million. Right? Those things are always interesting, always good to know. From an investment point of view, right? Because I think one thing that I assume will be released closer to the TGE is the initial market cap, which I think would be interesting, right? The initial market cap, which launch pads they're going to do. When I looked on that Twitter before, there wasn't really anything available yet on the launch pads. But that would be interesting, specifically for the public round in the TGE, which launch pads are getting involved. But they are quite active, right, on their socials. If you look at Medium, how much they have posted. If you look on Twitter, and this is early stage, right? So they still have to complete like the strategic rounds, and we're talking about almost 80,000 followers on Twitter. So definitely huge, definitely bullish. And everything is looking really well so far. So I would say, yeah, this is definitely an interesting game to follow. And perhaps to get in on. I mean, the public vesting makes sense, 10% TGE and then 10% moving forward. They already signed GuildFi as one of the major guilds that would support this Apeiron ecosystem, basically, because it's obviously a god game, but it's definitely, I feel like, a little bit more than that. It's definitely very thorough in terms of the overview, NFTs, the game, how it works, and basically the launch pads that would become available would be very interesting, because I also did manage to join their Discord, and basically I experienced the same thing. Very, very active with updates, not always related to Apeiron, right? So they're very diverse. We're talking about 63,000 people already, which is just a good indication. If there is no launch pads yet, you have such a big following, it is so active, it just instills trust, right? So definitely very thorough on the information they present, how it works, and I just like that, you know. I think a lot of teams are missing that specific component. I do think the team should show their face. I think that's important. I think the LinkedIn for the investors is important. Just for more trust, right? Just more trust is always better. But I mean, I always say value first, and the value, I think, is apparent with Apeiron in terms of how they've structured everything and how it's been going so far. So I'll be definitely following Apeiron and maybe trying to get in contact with them in terms of what they might be able to offer for me, my Digits Club, and everything moving forward, because so far it looks really good. I'm definitely bullish more on the story, how well the game is thought out, This is definitely, well, if they say they've been working on it for 6 years, I think it shows, right? This is definitely not your 3-year development kind of game, $100 million cash grab style. This is definitely a lot more value, a lot more structured, and that's just something I like, you know, with so many games launching, such volatility in the market. I think we need to be aware, if something is good, it's good, right? If the white paper is high quality, and I did have some feedback on that, obviously, but if we look at the Telegram, it's 27,000 on Telegram, and the announcement channel is about 63,500. So definitely big already. And probably with Twitter, Discord, you're probably going to look at a following of 500,000 to 1 million once the launchpads get in, right? Because the launchpads, they push the marketing. So you're definitely early. You definitely have a lot of alpha information right now. And if you have any feedback, if you know something that I don't know and which I should know from this research report, something that I haven't covered and you have questions, feel free to drop it down in the comments below and I'll be sure to have a look. I'll be covering Apeiron again in the near future once we get closer to launch, perhaps once some launchpads are announced, because this is looking very decent. This is everything for today. The research completed. Graded with my approval. Looks good so far. I'm excited to see what it brings in the next stages. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.